Yo, guys, check it out. They did it. They did it with the Shield Lab. Net Marble strikes again. Good. Okay, enough of the funny business, because on some real talk, there's a lot to get to in here, so we better get going. Alright, so the Black Order has invaded Marvel Future Fight in May. Prepare to fight against the Black Order with their new looks. Supervillains have gained even more power. 4 new unis, 3 potential awakenings, and a Tier 3 advanced hero have been added. A new world boss, Supergiant Ultimate Difficulty, 2 hero growth, and content improvements to fight against the Black Order. Tier 2 heroes with uniform discounts. Guided quest has been added, dispatch mission, story, and Shield Lab. As I said, there's a lot to get to. This thing is jam-packed. A lot of changes, man. A lot of changes. It's a shame that they don't go over these in the live stream, but I get it. It would probably take them forever. So they're just going to leave it to us. Leave it to guys like me. All right, guys, check it out. I'm going to try to breeze through the character and their description, just because there's so much content changes that I think it might be better off spending more time on that, because, you know, we'll have to see how these characters play as well. But in any case, Supergiant. So it looks like the uniforms are 40% off, not 50% off as we thought they were going to be. It seems like that was just for the 6-year deal. All right, her uniform effect, she has 25% ignore defense right off the rip, which is kind of useless, you know, at this point with crafted cards. Ignore target dodge rate by 25%, plus she has 50% chance penetration, barrier, shield, all damage, immune, invincibility. Okay, her tier 1 passive is just like Invisible Woman's, except Invisible Woman actually has a guard hit as well. She has guards against 1 hit for 2 seconds, but other than that, it's the same thing. She's 75% invisibility. All right, tier 2 passive, she has increased all resistance by 33%, just like Vision. Increase guaranteed dodge rate by 33%, and then decrease all damage received by 33%. This, you know, it's a lot of PvP, going on here. And her first skill, she's got a stun. Second, she's got a stun. And her third, so it seems like they're putting this on a lot more characters now, right? She has ignore targeting on her third skill. I can't remember if that was an iframe or not, which would make it just like Mephisto, right? Well, it's like Mephisto's second, Sentry's first. Plus, she has a damage proc, right? 75% increase for 1 attack. Her fourth skill, she's got paralysis. She has, so she gets skill damage, bonus damage on her skill, which usually it's on, you know, if you guys remember, it's usually on one of their passives, right? Typically tier 2 passive. And then fifth, she has silence. She has a HP recovery, plus she has a damage, all attack, all damage, speed, all speeds by 35%, and a crit rate by 40%. Interesting, 35% on speeds. I wonder if that is a typo. All right, Corvus Glaive here. Again, 40% off on the uniform. Uniform effect. Let's see, he's got 20% increase to physical attack, and then he has increased damage dealt just to superheroes by 30%. Tier 2 passive, what do we got here? He has increased guaranteed dodge by 25, guaranteed crit by 25%, and then he has a skill damage, bonus damage, 25 and 15. And, okay, so it looks like his tier 1 isn't changing at all, or his leadership, and that's going to be the same for Supergiant. Her leadership is not changing. All right, his first skill, he's got a stun, he's got silence on 2, he's got some bleed, paralysis. He has, okay, so he has it looks like the same HP recovery as Morbius, right? So he's got to hit his target, and he kind of, it's like a, right, he's like a lifesteal type deal. Plus he has a guard hit, 8 guard hit, and on his fourth he has stun. He's got super armor, and he has a damage proc just like Supergiant by 70%. And then on his fifth he has invincibility for 6 seconds, and he has a 55% increase all attack buff, which I'm pretty excited about Corvus. It seems like he's definitely gonna be making a splash into the ABX meta. I would have to imagine. If he doesn't, that'd be pretty disappointing. All right, here we go. Proxima Midnight. Okay, so she has the same passive, well, it's very similar to Taskmaster, because Taskmaster is actually on his uniform. Increased damage to hero and supervillains, but only applies to villain allies. And the increase to heroes is 40%, increase to villains is 35%. I'm all for any passives like this. It would have been nice if it applies to all allies, but we'll take what we can get, right? All right, in her leadership, she has ignore dodge by 45% and then crit damage by 30%. It's very similar to what she has now, except she has more on the crit damage side of things. Okay, activation rate when HP is below 40%, she gets a 40% recovery plus invincibility for 5 seconds. So I guess it's kind of similar to Beta Ray Bill. I don't think Beta Ray Bill gets the invincibility though. All right, tier 2 passive. So she has 50% chance to penetrate, barrier, shield, all damage immune, and invincibility, plus increased skill damage, bonus damage by 30%. Now it says here, if effect reactivates in 7 seconds after removed. Is this something that can be debuffed? I honestly did not know that you can get this debuffed. But I guess that's it. That's cool that it actually gets placed back on the character if that's something that is actually going on. All right. Skill 1, she has 30% shock damage, plus she has a stun. 2, she has bleed damage. She has stun and silence. Okay, so she has one of the ABX effects at this point. And then 3, she has 40% shock damage. She has some all defense down for 60%, which is pretty nice if you're still playing World Boss Ultimate. And then she has guaranteed dodge by 30, guaranteed crit by 30. And then on her 4th, so tapping and holding, right? So this was a skill that, yeah, you can basically charge up. You know, similar to Thor. She has 50% shock damage every 1 second. 3-second stun, incapacitation. She has paralysis. That's 2. So we just need bleed. Does she have bleed? Did I miss it? Or I'm sorry, burn. Not bleed. Burn. I thought somebody saw that she actually dealt burn in the on the live stream. Somebody said that. I don't see burn here though. I don't see burn unless I'm missing it. Nope, I don't see burn. So she has paralysis and in silence. That's what we have at this point. And then, okay, so on her 4th, she also has a 60% increase attack and defense. Proxima looks like she's going to be strong, guys. She looks like she's going to be strong. And then she has speed by 1, crit rate buff, which is excellent. They've been doing that a lot lately, where they're not giving these characters crit rate buffs, and it's hard to cap off their stats in that case. And then she has for 4 seconds, 100% chance for all damage immune. Skill 5, she has a 30% decrease of all attacks that applies around her enemies. Hope it wouldn't apply to her. You wouldn't want to use that 5th. She has a 1 second bind, 10% max HP recovery. So she has that on her passive, plus she has it for 10%. She's going to be a force to be reckoned with, my friend. It's very good. I mean, her survivability is going to be very, very nice. Plus she has 3 seconds for invincibility, and then she has another 40% increase to all attack, all defense, and speed by 1. Am I reading this right? So she has for 6... So this is for 7 seconds, and then this is for 6 seconds. So you could obviously have these going on simultaneously, right? If you're doing, I don't know, 4-5-3 or 3-5-4, something or other like that, and you have 100% increase to all attack and defense. That's pretty insane. That is pretty insane. Proxima, she's looking nice. She's looking real nice, guys. All right, Mr. Call Obsidian. Okay. So, let's see. On his uniform, he has 20% increased HP, reflects 100% of physical damage received. So, it's same as Luke Cage, Jessica Jones. My goodness. All right, now it's where it gets a little spicy. Okay, applies to all allies. Activation rate, 50% chance when, or 50% rate when hit, 100% chance to become immune to physical damage. That's his leadership. That's the same as what it... No. That's different than what it is, right? Because they wouldn't actually put that in here if it was the same. So right now it's 30% chance when hit. They increased it to 50. They increased it by 20%. All right, and now we have applies to all Black Order allies. So we have a passive. So this is tier 1 passive. Decrease damage received from reflected effects by 60%. That's kind of affect physical. Reflect, immunity to stun effect, and guard break immunity. That's really good. That's where it's at on here. You get guard break immunity to all PvP and PvE. That's going to be very, very useful. 100%. Alright, now a tier 2 passive. Activation rate when HP is below 90% applies to self. 7% recovery of max HP, and he has some skill damage, bonus damage. Okay, skill 1, he's got a stun. Skill 2 enables, okay, so he's ignore targeting on his second skill. And he has incapacitation on that as well. We'll have to see if that's an iframe at the same time. And then skill 3, so he's got this is the one where he's spinning around, you know, just like a top, just knocking everything, right? He kind of had his hammer out and he was just spinning, and it appears you could just hold this down and do it forever. That is so sick. Okay, and he has some bleed on it. He's got all attack, all defense by 35%, all speed by 8%, and crit rate by 35%. Okay, now skill 4, he's got a stun, fracture, some all defense down. He has 50% chance to penetrate, super armor, barrier, shield, all damage immune, and he has a 25% HP recovery, 35% increase all attack. And then on his 5th, so okay, so he's got the accumulation on his 5th, as we saw. 4-second stun, 1-second bind. He has paralysis, ignore target dodge rate by 40%, which is excellent. That's going to be really useful, especially for null. 100% chance for immunity for 7 seconds, and that's about it. All right, we have, yeah, as I mentioned, 40% off the uniforms. Ebony Maw. So yeah, we're expecting Ebony Maw mid-month. That's basically what they said. We have potential for six characters, right? Obviously Supergiant, and then we have Goliath, Killmonger, Claw, Whiplash, and Yellow Jacket. Okay, Proxima Midnight. This is her tier 3. Tier 3 looks very nice. So she removes buff. She has some shock damage, a stun. She has 30% HP recovery. So now she has another heal. Ignore target dodge rate by 70%. That's kind of per the usual. Also 60% chance to penetrate. I wish it was a little bit more. She has 9 seconds of invincibility, and then removes all debuffs for 5 seconds, which is nice. And she has accumulation on her tier 3, so similar to, right, a lot of characters have this, you know, Venom, Luna Snow, so on and so on. Black Widow, Corvus Glaive, Supergiant. Okay, so here are the awakening skills here. Now they all have accumulation except Call, because he has accumulation on his 5, so he doesn't necessarily need it on his awakening skill. So I'm glad that they gave it to the other members here, and I'm not going to go through all these effects on here. It's kind of per the usual, except, you know, there's mind control on here, which seems a little bit different. But Supergiant's accumulation looks a little bit better in Corvus's. I'm guessing that Corvus just has way more damage on his 1 through 5 than Supergiant does. That's why they gave him the accumulation at 0.5 and Supergiant at 1. But I mean, look at Thanos coming in and just snapping. That is absolutely amazing. Okay, now it gets spicy, guys. All right, so the procedure has been changed in the craft system. You can now enter the craft system through the game menu at the upper right hand corner. Okay, so the shield lab. I made the whole video talking about the shield lab. It's gone, guys. It's gone. Well, it's been changed. Okay, now there's some good and bad about this. It's not all good. It's not all good just because the rate that you need to spend in order to, like, basically. Okay, so look at the ratio here. Look at the ratio, and we have 15 EOD. So you need 15 EOD. You need 20 BAM. I don't care about the feathers. I don't think many people do. It would be nice if it was just all mutant materials. You convert just mutant materials to, you know, BAM or just even tier 3 materials, whatever. But only for 5. So 15 EOD, 20 BAM, 10 feathers for 5 TCP. You're kind of spending a lot for a little. You see what I mean? You need BAM for everything, guys. You need BAM for everything. So I can't see a whole lot of people actually using this unless, like, you have a stockpiles of EOD. I know a lot of people's, you know, ratio from EOD to TCP is way off. So, you know, maybe you'll do this a little bit, but, you know, for the cost of the BAM it's a little sus to me. It's a little sus. So we'll have to see exactly. I don't know. You know, maybe we can make BAM just from straight mutant materials in here. We'll have to see exactly, you know, the exact changes that they did, and if you could do something like that, or if you farm as much mute materials and then use that for BAM, and then the cost, the end cost isn't so bad for you if you have that you know, the effect where you have a lot of EOD and not a whole lot of TCP. You see what I'm saying? All right, the original processor level before the update will be reflected in the craft system. So it says here, if you have not used the processor of the Shield Lab, it'll begin with craft level 1. So I believe if you haven't upgraded the Shield Lab before, it's gonna be level 1. But if you have, some changes will be reflected upon that. All right, so this is pretty good. Now you can outcraft, right, tier 3 and awakened materials. Yeah, this is everything we wish for, guys. Everything we wish for. I'm curious what the awakening cost is going to be, because everybody's going to want to, you know, transfer their awakening or their Mandalay gems to the awakening crystals. I know that's what I'll be doing, and you know, it's incentivizing me to play squad battle. I played 2 days of squad battle the past 2 days. I did not auto it. Okay, so you can craft. The craft result rank from custom gear, comic card, and enchantment has been changed from 1 to 4 to 3 to 5. So it sounds like, right, they have a lot of the same stuff that they had when crafting. I mean, I can care less about the custom gear and the Uru, really. Some of you might, depending on where your account's at, you might want to craft that stuff. But I'm more curious about the cards here. So instead of 1 to 4, it's 3 to 5, which I mean, that's excellent, right? Yeah, just get rid of 1 and 2 star cards, even 3 star cards. Just get rid of them all. Nobody needs them. They're just taking up space, and yeah, they gotta go. All right, antimatter generator warp device has been removed. Okay, I'm totally cool with that. All right, guys, check it out. So the item shop and dimension token shop have been moved to the dispatch mission. So it sounds like a lot of this stuff is going to be found in the dispatch mission now. Here, let me hide this bad boy here, and nope, there we go. All right, and let me show you exactly what I'm talking about here. So dispatch, well, not dispatch. I want to go to dimension mission. So the support shop, right? It sounds like all this stuff here is actually being moved to dispatch. You're going to be able to find it there. All right, several functions have been added to the dispatch mission for your convenience. The Shield Lab and the Shield Lab. The item shop has been transferred to the dispatch mission. Dimension tokens have been added to the supplies that are acquirable for after dispatch characters. So they put tokens when you run in dispatch. I think that's amazing. So, you know, if you're somebody who you know, wants to farm as much stuff as possible, because I mean, let's be honest, after you do you get your 7 rewards from dispatch, it's 15 of the tokens. You can farm those tokens pretty much. It's such a waste. If you were trying to farm those through that method, it is such a waste. So I'm glad that they actually did this. It'll allow you to, I don't know, maybe farm more cards, farm custom gear, right? If you're trying to roll one of those mighty judgments, it's such a pain. All right. So check it out. Here's where it is, where it says all factions, all species have been added to the filter function of my screen. So instead of going right here, everything is just in one place. It's a one-stop shop, which is absolutely amazing. All right, bonus dispatch experience can be attained based on the hero's growth grade. Okay, so this was, it just seems like it's going to be easier to notate and you know, figure out what's going on here, because it says the amount of dispatch experience will increase based on the growth grade of each sector. So it sounds like nothing much is changing. It's just gonna it's just gonna be easier to read. Due to the addition of the bonus dispatch experience, the current growth grade sections have been specified. That's what it seems like to me. It's just going to be easier to read and tell when adding certain characters. An equipped dispatch mission character can be dragged and moved on to other slots. Okay, some UI such as growth grade, reward list, and result screen have been improved. When there is a sector that has reached the maximum supply time in the dispatch mission, a push notification will be sent. That's excellent. I wish they, you know, maybe they put something in the game where it just automatically collects it for you. I could totally see them doing that. Maybe selling something for money, right? Or adding it to like shield support, that sort of thing, where it just collects it. You don't even have to touch it. But in any case, getting a notification for it is you know, the next best thing. All right, what else we have here is, so the item shop that was in the Shield Lab is now in the dispatch mission. Okay, guys, so there's going to be some things that you're going to have to get used to when the maintenance is over. Okay, the original item shop level before the update will be reflected in the item shop. So if you upgraded this, it's going to be reflected. And this is agents that have not crafted the item shop of the original Shield Lab will begin at level 1. The rank up materials for the item shop have been changed to gold and gear up kit instead of antimatter. All right. The item shop will also be, okay, so instead of antimatter that you're using to change, you know, to refresh, it's gonna be gold and gear up kits. I'm all for the gear up kits. Make them the Norn stones, please. I really hope that once we get in here, there's something we can do with dimension debris, gear up kits, and all the different Norn stones, please. Okay, so World Boss Supergiant Ultimate difficulty. Yes, we got Ultimate. We got World Boss Ultimate for Supergiant. Okay, and okay, guys, yeah, they removed the magic. They removed the magic Odin's Blessings. I knew they were going to do that. I called it. If you watch that one sneak peek video, I knew they weren't going to leave that in there. It makes too much money for them, and it would be an imbalance. People just farming magic Odin's Blessings. I mean, that would be nice if they were there, but let's be real. That would be just a bit much. I knew they weren't going to have it. Okay, and then there's universal type, books in here. And also, yeah, I read in here that, so you can actually get their bios from World Boss Ultimate. Yeah, I went ahead and I played World Boss Normal for nothing. For nothing. Well, no, I didn't do it for nothing because I got the characters, I got their potential, and I already have them ranked up, and they're good to go. So it wasn't necessarily for nothing. But for those who don't care about making content or having them right away, yeah, you can still play World Boss Ultimate. The challenges and the World Boss challenge records have been added to Supergiant Ultimate difficulty. You can acquire bios, yeah, right here it says, of the according World Boss or X Gene by clearing a World Boss Ultimate difficulty stage for any World Bosses that have the Ultimate difficulty. Story content improvement. You can now acquire here. Okay, so you can get experience through normal story mode, guys. Awesome. And the newly added function to sell story fragments. I mean, I guess, you know, that could be good if you're, you know, if you're still newer and you have characters to rank up, right? So I'm actually curious to how much the story fragments are gonna cost, and it doesn't necessarily say. Maybe it's just for the normal. I wonder if it's gonna be for the ultimate as well. You know, right, like the future ends here, and the one where you actually get like Odin's Blessings and premium cards from, if you can actually buy those, and how much they're gonna cost. Okay, so there's this new thing. It's called a gilded quest, and basically how it works is you can take any character and you can take them through a quest, and you can upgrade them through this quest. So it says select one hero from the designated heroes and upgrade the selected hero to tier 2. Okay, so there's a limited number of heroes that you could actually select, but you select them and then you can take them to tier 2. It's basically as simple as that without having to upgrade them the normal way. Also, you get their uniform at a 50% discount, which I think is pretty nice. I think it's pretty nice, especially for newer players. And free to plays, right? So it says you can purchase designated uniform at a discounted price while proceeding through the quest to select a hero. We'll have to see exactly how long something like this actually takes, right? And these are all the heroes that you can actually, these are all the characters that you could actually take through. Daredevil's a good one. Black Bolt. See, Hulk's a good one, right? Thor. Doc is Loki for sure. They got him front and center there. All right, now it says when repurchasing some timed items within the set period of time, you can get bonus crystals. So that means if you've bought like the shield support before, because you know it'll prompt you to actually buy it before your time is up. It's like 2 to 3 days before it'll start asking you, and it's just saying if you bought it like when that prompt first comes up, you get 25 additional crystals per day during that period there. New season of Future Past. With improvements and new special icons. Okay, so what we have here is, so We have the Future Pass menu will not be displayed on the main lobby screen after acquiring all the rewards from the normal Mythic Pass. A pop-up screen has been added to enable our agents to immediately use a special icon upon acquiring it. So it's saying as soon as you buy the pass, you can use the icon, which I think is pretty cool. This way you don't have to try to rush through it to try to, you know, get that icon. It's the legendary pass, which it takes you a little bit longer, right? And some of those icons are actually better than the mythic, in my opinion. So we have some improvements made to the way you actually acquire the icon. Like, so it sounds like you don't have to go to the inventory to actually, right? You got to go to the inventory, and then you got to select it, and then you got to go back. So it looks like they've kind of eliminated some of that process there. Also, there are special icons that can represent your agents. Click to the guy. Okay, so these look pretty nice. We got the Storm, man. That Spider-Man turning Venom one. That's my icon there. That is my icon. The Black Order. That looks definitely, you know, use that around Halloween time. And then Storm, she's just blasting some stuff. It'd be cool if they had it with like her different uniforms. But I mean that's a classic one, so you can't go wrong there. All right, now it looks like they put TCP as a uniform collection bonus. Now I'll be looking forward to actually ranking that up. And now I don't know, maybe this was per my mistake, but they did some UI improvements over here with the craft combined. I don't think anything has really changed with it other than the way that it actually looks and the way it interacts here. We'll have to check that out once it's put in the game. All right, a magnifying glass button has been added to the pop-up screen of upgrade ticket items, so you can check out your. Okay, so all the potential enhanced tickets, right? Your probably even like your tier 2 tickets, just any ticket that you're going to use to upgrade any of the tickets that take them from 62 to 70, all those tickets. It looks like they made some adjustments there as well. All right, what else do we got? We're nearing the end here, guys. So they increased the achievement level from 75 to 100, so you get 30 crystals at the end of that. Wow. And we have heating issue has been improved. That's excellent. I actually haven't been experiencing that at all ever since I started adjusting my settings. The issue, but I know other people are, so that's really good. The issue of certain structures blocking the screen in timeline battle has been improved when touching the purchase button on the special offer legendary battle pop-up to confirm has been added. Dialogue has been added in the World Boss Legend Mephisto's magic circle pattern. Okay, cool. This stage difficulty of story Dimensional Clash normal mode chapter has been lowered. Okay, so we'll have to. I honestly don't play the Dimensional Clash normal mode. Doesn't affect me in any way, but for those who it's affecting, I hope that helps you out. Leader has been added to Vision, Marvel Studio WandaVision recommended position. Okay, right on. So, you know, with the scroll down, right? The leader, support, dealer, he's been added to leader now. And then we have a bunch of in-game fixes. I'm not going to go over all these here just because I already know the video is pretty darn long. Whew, that was a lot, guys. That was a lot. I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm just going to say that I'm pretty excited to see how some of these changes are implemented into the game here. Most importantly, this right here, the crafting, right? Changing tier 2 materials, tier 3 materials into another, awakening materials. Yes, this is excellent. Like I said, we got to see exactly what the ratios are. This right here, honestly, what I'm showing on the screen here, that's not really good. That really is not good. I would not recommend doing that. We'll have to see. I don't know. Maybe if you can take, you know, your Norn Stones and your gear up kits and Dimension Debris, and you could make those. You can change those into like tier 2 materials, and then you could use those tier 2, right? Like the BAM, specifically the BAM, because you're going to be spending 200 BAM for 20 TCP. We get a lot of TCP in the game now, right? Story mode, World Boss Legend, you get more there. Yeah, just even the story mode itself, plus the dispatch, you get some there as well. So I'll make another video after the maintenance and after the changes get put in the game, and I'll give you my 2 cents on what's actually good to change, right? To craft. They're calling this crafting. It sounds like it's a craft system, so we're gonna call it crafting. So in this craft section, I'll make a video talking about you know, what's good and what's not, and maybe ways to navigate around it where you're not using a whole lot of materials. Like I said, if we can use, you know, lesser materials to make BAM and then use that BAM to make this, if you have an imbalance of EOD and TCP, then yeah, it could be good there. Could be good there. And also, you already know I already have everybody ranked up. Oh, by the way, leave one world boss clear. I would suggest leave one world boss clear to start getting Super Giants potential. So one world boss clear to get Super Giants potential. That's all you got to do. You could play the other 4. I don't think it really matters unless you still need the potential for these guys here, right? Call, Proxima, and Corvus. But Super Giant's the only one we can't actually start realizing potential for until the maintenance drops. All right, guys, I'm gonna end it there. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. I'm pretty stoked for this. I'm always all for changes. Also, how everything's getting moved to dispatch. That's pretty dope. That is pretty dope. So hit me up, guys. Got more stuff. Got more stuff. We'll have more stuff very soon. So you better stay tuned. You stay breezy, but most of all, friend, you stay safe out there now. Peace.